Nicholas and Annie, twins, always enjoyed fall. They enjoyed the cornfields, corn mazes, pumpkins, weather, and even the changing of the leaves. They always would play games in the cornfields any chance they got. Living in Pennsylvania, especially in the farm country, there was an abundance of cornfields. This meant they had never had to play in the same field twice. However, the farmers never took too kindly to them playing in their fields, and they always tried to avoid fields that would have scarecrows. For some reason, scarecrows always unnerved them. There was always something off about them. They felt that at any second, the scarecrow would come to life and get you. Unfortunately, they couldn't avoid playing in the cornfields that were home to those creepy bastards. On this late October afternoon, Annie and Nicholas did just that. It was to their dismay that the events transpired. They left their house and headed to the nearest cornfield for a bit of afternoon shenanigans. Nicholas and Annie stopped dead in their tracks. They quickly realized this cornfield housed a scarecrow, but decided it was well worth it. As they ventured into the cornfield, immediately they grew uncomfortable. They had a feeling that at any moment, something was going to come around the corner and grab them. Nicholas spoke to Annie. "I don't think we should be here, Annie. There's something not right." Just then, the sound of disembodied laughter of children could be heard. Annie looked at Nicholas and said, "What was that?" Nicholas responded, "I don't know, Annie, but we need to get out of here, now." At this point, they had not gotten very deep into the cornfield, so they began to run. It seemed they had been running for ages, but not making any progress getting out of the cornfield. Suddenly, the children's laughter surrounded them. Both of the twins tried to escape the disembodied voices by running away, but no matter where they turned, the voices seemed to be all around them. The voices started whispering, "Don't go that way. Follow us." The children were not paying attention to them. They thought that if they just kept running in a straight line, they would have reached the other side. The field was not that big, and they had been running for quite some time. Finally, they came to a clearing, and in the center sat a malevolent-looking scarecrow. It just sat there looking down on them. It seemed to be daring them to run just so he could chase them down. "Scarecrows can't come to life," Nicholas thought to himself. "We are just lost in a cornfield, and it's close to dusk. It's causing our imaginations to run wild." Out of breath, both of the children collapsed at the foot of the scarecrow. Nicholas's smirking face looked up at the ugly thing and asked, "What in the hell are you looking at, buddy?" Annie asked Nicholas, "What is going on here? Why can't we find our way out of this field? We have played here 1,000,000 times before and have never had a problem. This is a new field, that's all. We will find our way out, Annie." Annie yelled, "Really? You're just going to pretend like that didn't happen? All the freaking laughter and voices? Going to pretend like this is all absolutely normal? Like we are just skipping through the freaking field of daisies?" "You don't have to be so snarky, Annie. Why do you always have to be so emotional? This situation is no different from any other time we've done this. We just need to get up and start moving. We will eventually come to a new way out. It's not like we are locked in here or some supernatural being. Let's go. We can't stay here all night," Nicholas proclaimed. Out of nowhere, the scarecrow's hands grasped Nicholas by the hair and pulled him up to meet his face. With a sinister grin, the scarecrow pulled the knife off of his belt and plunged it into the stomach and slowly pulled it left to right. Nicholas's intestines fell to the floor, and the scarecrow tossed him aside like he was a rag doll. Training his focus on Annie, the scarecrow slowly removed himself off the pole that held him up. As Annie began to run, the spirits once again started to surround her. "Go this way! He's going to get you! No, you're going the wrong way! Follow us!" The disembodied voice commanded her. She assumed this was just another trap of the cornfield and continued to run in a straight line. She kept running and running. The next thing she knew, she was back at the center of the cornfield, and now face to face with the thing that had just killed her twin brother. She spun around and tried to run, but it grabbed her hair. He ran the blade across her throat. After both the kids were dead, the Scarecrow removed both the hearts and consumed them, going back to his perch to look over the land once more. He now had his sacrifices, and this land would prosper and flourish for another year, as well as no harm would come to the land. Such was the pact the Scarecrow had made with the ancestors of this land many years ago. Now that the children were dead, they could see the spirits of other children that were in the field. "We were trying to help you, not hurt you. If you had listened to us, we would have shown you the way out. Now, just like us, your souls are doomed to wander these fields for all time." Nicholas and Annie both did not believe that they were trapped in the cornfield, so the spirits of past sacrifices escorted them to the boundary of the cornfield. As the children tried to escape their new prison, they noticed their parents in the distance running up to the house of the owner of the land. Annie and Nicholas's parents were in desperate search of their children and furiously pounded on the farmer's door. John, the farmer, answered the door. "Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Jenkins. What can I do you for this evening?" "Have you seen our children?" Mrs. Jenkins exclaimed in a panicked tone. "Do you know what time of year it is? We have not had the lottery yet." John cursed. "Shit, those were your young'uns?" "Well, I saw them enter my field a while back. I tried to stop them, but once they crossed into Veneer's domain, their fates were sealed."